I have another deal with Bill Duke. I can talk about that. That's like a multi-picture deal that LL Cool J is going to be starring in. Actually, LL already has distribution with Sony, CBS, and the screenplay is going to be in my hands shortly, so I'm excited about that. LL is excited about that. You know, I just signed a deal earlier this year with 50 Cent, and so I brought one of my books to his attention, and so now this is in stores everywhere, and you know, being seen in the younger MTV world is meaningful because it adds to the impressions to my brand and brings me out there. But bigger than that, I'm managed by Violet Management, which is also 50 Cent's management, so we're a little closer now. I'm working the G-Unit gear, and I'm drinking the vitamin water, and I'm a happy man. So you know, it's good relationships, and relationships lead to communicating to more people and spreading my joy and my experience with other people. And again, knock on wood, it's just a blessing that. Did you see my daughter's book behind you?
No, I didn't see
Did you see your daughter's book behind you? That's my daughter's book. She's 8 years old. I published it like 3 years ago. I decided that I wanted to, you know, do the younger people's books as well. So this is a start. She's 10 now, going on 50. But, you know, she's a little cocky with it. I think I pushed her a little too fast. But so every summer, you know, she's writing books. Now she has like 3 books done. Daddy, when are you going? Why can't I have some video on YouTube? Why can't she's pushing? So she's going to be the what is it? Hefner's daughter, or the Patty Hearst of the world. You know, the young kids. Yeah, that take over the daddy's
Hey, we need those.
World,
we need those. I mean, we got so many of them, but we just can't make sure that they get messed up like some of the young girls that are out there today.
I'm trying to keep my daughter off the pole too.
Yeah, can't get her on the pole.
No doubt.
All right. Look, let's talk about our young people since you brought your daughter up. And if there was a young author and he found out about you, the good, the bad, and ugly, what would you want to tell him?
It's not easy. You can't walk my walk. My walk is my walk. It was based on one philosophy that can work for that aspiring author, and that is to master your craft. I learned that from Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, that once you read up on something and study it for a certain amount of time, you could become the best in your community. And you read up on that much more, you could become the best in your state. And then if you do it for something like 7 years, you can be the best in the world. And so what I did is I mastered the craft of writing. I didn't say editing, I said writing for 7 years. And now I hold the crown. You understand? Whereas some authors have been out there for a long time, and some authors have never had a book published. I have ascended to a level that now I can reach back and help young people and direct them, and in some cases mold them to work towards mastering their craft, not necessarily in book writing. See, these books are just connectors. I'm a connector, you're a connector. You connect to your audience, Daryl. You understand? I connect to my audience, and because we're now together, we connect to an even larger audience. Your audience is recognizing me, and my audience is going to recognize you. So these books act also as, albeit inanimate, connectors to people that bring them closer to us. So whether it's a CD from a singer or a rapper, or it's that TV that plays, that shows that basketball game that creates connectors out of all those NBA players, I'm also a connector. And so in mastering your craft, you become cream of the crop in that group of connectors in your arena. And so that's what I would encourage for any young person. Master your craft. What does mastering your craft mean? That means find someone that you can follow. Like for me, in writing books, I knew that the best writers weren't necessarily black. That the ones that I wanted to really be like were the ones that had movies, like the John Grishams and the Sidney Sheldons. But I knew that from the John Grishams and Sidney Sheldons were also missing that level of diversity. So therefore, I had to round that out. And in doing so, I had to read other authors. And one of my favorite authors actually is Guy Johnson, Maya Angelou's son. And so I took those templates, because the books in the library are blueprints for good and bad books.
Right.
So you have to read the right books. And so I read books about writing. I read books by other authors. I read the bad books. I read 1,000 books in that 7 years that I spent in prison. And in doing that, I basically have I have the tools now to do what I need to do in terms of the plotting, characterization, the left hook, the right hook, you know, everything that you do on a basketball court, I'm doing in the books.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
so in terms of mastering your craft, in terms of the young folks, this is my way. You know, so other people might have other ways. It might be a religion. It might be something. But for me, it's to master your craft, and you'll be acknowledged for the person that you are, because your character will come out in your work, just like it does mine.
Okay.